Good day, everyone. My name is Neil Lawrence Sarita from BISIT1, and today I'll be presenting a topic from our course Fundamentals of Programming. I'm excited to walk you through some key concepts of essential from building strong foundation of programming. So let's get started. From this lesson, I'm going to tackle all about operate. So, operators perform operations on variables and values. Arithmetic operators include the plus sign, minus, the multiplication, the division, and the percentage. Logical operators like AND, OR, and NOT are used in decision-making. Proper use of operators allow complex concre- calculation and comparison. So, operators naga-describe of arithmetic and logical siya sa operators. And gina-use to perform operators and naga-control sa logic flow. So, string methods. Ang strings have built-in methods that allow manipulation. Examples include the dot lower space to convert to lowercase. So, ang dot upper is for the uppercase here, and sa dot place is to change characters. And that shift is to remove the white space. So, example sa that lower is if nakatype kag mga uppercases siya and naran na tong kuan mo code, we mo automatically siya nga mo lower siya kay nagput man ka sa input type niya sa that lower nga lowercase. And it's the same sa uppercase pod, that upper. If mo type kag any kind of caps lock or lower, it will be caps lock gyapon siya, uppercase. And sa replace is na siya changes lang sa imong characters, and the strip is for example nga nag-type ka nga nag-hand spaces, mawala na siya. And string methods is outlines of common string operations like changing cases and replacing content in Python. So, there sa built-in functions. Ang built-in functions is Python includes many built-in functions like len, type, int, and string, str. Kasi, and these functions simplify common tasks such as type conversion and data inspection, making code more efficient and readable. So, here in sa built-in functions, explain sa explains nga helpful sa Python functions like len, type, and int for easier programming. So, here is a module and classes. Modules are files containing Python definitions and functions. You can import them using import. Classes are templates for creating objects and support object-oriented program. Together, they promote reusability and organization. So, sa modules and classes is gina-introduce sa nga reusable ang code, may structures for organizing, logic, and supporting sa object-oriented design. So, and sa user input, next is user input. User input is gathered using input in Python and the scanner class in Java. This allows interaction with users and dynamic data entry, making programs more versatile, and user-friendly. So user input is covers how to collect input from users using input Python and scanner sa Java. So sa data manipulation after collecting input data often needs to be converted or processed. This can involve casting type, for example, int, open close parenthesis, input, and inside sa open close parenthesis, there nakita ninyo yung input nagapoy open close parenthesis which is the space and performing siya sa calculations or modifying strings, data manipulation is critical part of the program logic. So, ang data manipulation is describes converting and processing input to prepare it for use in pre- computations and decisions. If you need to calculate something and or having a decision, this will be the code you need and data manipulation. Here, the if else here the if else statement. If else conditional statements executes code based on condition. The if else structures checks a condition and runs a block of code accordingly. It's a fundamental structure of decision making in code. So the if else statement, here's some example of the if else statement. If else examples using the if else or if else programs can handle multiple conditions. For instance, if score grade if score grade else grade C. This structure supports a more complex and branching logic. So sa sa example in this is handle siya sa multiple conditions and nag-provide siya flexibility and program flow using the multiple branches. So here the switch match case. So the switch match case is in Java, switch provides a cleaner alternative to multiple if statements. Python 3.10 introduced match a similar structure. These statements allow checking a variable against many cases of running corresponding code. So switch match case is Java uses switch and Python 3.10 uses match for a multiple condition handling. So here in while loop, a while loop repeats as long as its condition is true. For example, while x less than 10 runs the loop body until x is no longer less than x. It is not useful when the number of the iteration is not known to be 400. For example, if nag-put ka sa x og value nga let's say 20, if ang x mo na to kuan ani hunaan 20 ang x is 20 and i less than siya sa 10. So kinsa may kuanan the condition is well I true or false and in the condition will be true, right? Because 20 is less than 10. It's a false. Sorry. False, because 10 is less than 20. So here, the while loop is repeats code while condition is true. Useful for scenarios where the endpoint isn't predetermined. So dual loop concept. Although Python does not have a native dual loop, similar behavior can be simulated using a while loop. While true loop a break condition inside. This guarantees the loop runs at least once before checking the condition. So dual loop si- is simulates the Java's dual in Python, simulates in Java do while. In Python, using a while, do while, true and break for at least one guaranteed to run. So here's a for loop. A for loop is used to iterating over a sequence like a list, tuple, or range. In Python, for I in range 5 prints a number from 0 to 4. It's ideal unknown number of repetitions or working with collections. For e- for starting point, dili siya 1 gyud magsugod ang range niya. For the starting point will be the 0, 0 to all na no. If for example, magkuan ka range nga padung 10, it will be a 9 ang result niya. Because apil ang 0 sa loop sa range. And ideal for looping a known number of times, especially with sequence like list or ranges. So here, user-defined functions. Functions are reusable blocks of code that performs a specific task. In Python, you define you define a function using def. For example, def greet name prints a greeting function, make code modular and easier to maintain. So user-defined functions, blocks of reusable code naga-define siya with def in Python improves structure of repetition. So here no, ang kini siya is kuan siya kuan more efficient and easier to maintain siyang code. And the last is the conclusion. In this session, we need to cover our foundational programming topics, including the variables, data types, control structures, and user-defined functions. These concepts are essential for writing efficient and effective programs. Thank you for your attention, and let's open the floor and questions you may have, because if we don't have questions and it will be uploaded and wraps up the key points of the module and opens the floor for questions and understanding. So in here, this is all key topics in this session of the fundamentals of programming. I hope you learned something in our video with my team, and that's all for the video. Thank you, and thank you for watching.